You're probably overcomplicating your node tree. But what if I told you there is one solution that you can get pro level results every single time? In this video, I'm going to break down my go-to node tree for 2025. And yes, this is my opinion. This is my way of working. This is my workflow. So don't roast me in the comment. To make this video even more exciting, I teamed up with Blackmagic and DaVinci Resolve to give away one DaVinci Resolve Studio key. This license will allow you to get DaVinci Resolve for free. So if you want to switch to DaVinci Resolve, this is the video for you. Just stay tuned until minute 4 or so and comment the word that comes up on screen somewhere around here in minute 4, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. And this giveaway will end within 7 days of posting this video, so don't waste any time. Go down below, comment that word that you see at minute 4, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and good luck. So when color grading in DaVinci Resolve, we need to have a good foundation. So we want to add a color space transform at the start of our node tree. And then we're gonna add a different node at the end, and we're gonna add a color space transform there that we're gonna touch just later. But first, we have to bring our log footage into a DaVinci wide gamut. This color space allows us to make the most of our log footage when color grading. So this way we're editing within DaVinci color space. Then the end of our sandwich, our last node, will be DaVinci wide gamut and DaVinci intermediate, and export to Rec 709 Gamma 2.4. So what you can see here, it's a Rec 709 image. Now, everything we're gonna do is gonna happen in between these two nodes. So imagine this as a sandwich. Let's widen this thing, or actually remove this just so you can see it better. This is the start and this is the end of our sandwich. Next, I create some parallel nodes. So what I do first is use Option and S, which is my shortcut to add more nodes, just so I have a few more here. And then I click on the second and I do Option P, which is my shortcut to parallel nodes. So now we have two parallel nodes. And why do we want parallel nodes to start? It's to add things like masks and vignettes. I feel like this way things don't get baked in too quickly, and I just find it very easy for myself to remember everything. Also, always remember to name your node. So this is a vignette node, for example. This is a mask node. This is going to be our primaries. So this way you always know what node is what and you don't get confused. So parallel nodes. Vignette, for example. I always add a vignette to my shot. So in this case, I would just add something like this, a mask. I would do something like this, add the feather, make sure it's inverted so that you're only affecting obviously the outside, and then simply go down to your curves, and here you can control your vignette. Just a tiny bit of a vignette usually makes the trick. And masks, for example, we want to mask out our subject. We can do something like this, for example. Obviously I'm doing this very rough and very quickly just to make you understand. And then we're gonna do soft, in and out, and then we can also track it if our subject is moving. In this case it is, but it doesn't really make sense right now, but just to make you understand. And now we can just adjust our mask. So this is where everything like this happens. And next one, we got primaries. Primaries is where pretty much I adjust everything that happens within my video, all of the main things. So for this example, I usually start my primaries with an S-curve to add a little bit of contrast. And then I go into my color wheels, and here I adjust my white balance using the primary color wheels. So this is before primaries and this is after. As you can see, I start to bake in some sort of a look, adding some different red and blue hues to the shadows and highlights, but also here is where I adjust all of my contrast. Yes, you could break this up in a million nodes, but I feel like using a primary node and doing everything there, that's just what I like, and this is what works for me. We are around that 4-minute mark, which means that pay attention to this word and make a comment down below for your chance to enter this DaVinci Resolve Studio license giveaway. The next node we're gonna touch and add is called color. This color node is where I adjust every single thing regarding color. Very easy. You can do this through curves and go up here. You can do this through your color warper, which is my favorite way of doing this. And to do this using the color warper, it's very easy. So you go to saturation here, and all you gotta do is move your color around and it just works. And this is why I love this, because I'm a very visual person. So I just usually just bring this up and you know, play around with this thing, move the blue so I have a more teal and orange look, you know, all of these things. For this example, I'm pretty happy with the color. So this is before, this is after, a very subtle change, but that does it for me. Then on to the next one. This is the secret sauce to make your footage actually look cool. So we add one more node and we call it if I spell it right, halation. Here we search for halation, or we just search for film look creator, for example. And here you can choose bleach bypass if that's what you're into. You can go clean slate, so there's nothing. And this is what I usually do. I add the clean slate and then I go into halation and bloom and grain. And then here you have to zoom in to just kind of understand what's happening. Look how much the halation and the bloom is working. You can choose the grain size, and I feel like this adds so much texture and so much more interesting look to your footage. So definitely don't skip this node. I called it halation, but I should probably just call it film. So now this is what it looks like before, and this is after. I already have a very good result. Now here you can either add a lot or a look or anything like that. So for this case, just I want to show you guys how to do these things for free. You could add like MyLats, but I'm going to go into film looks and just pick, for example, the D65 or the D55. I think the Kodak D60 looks pretty good. And then we're going to go into key and simply bring it down to like maybe 0.2. Here we go. So that's without it, that's with. And I feel like just having a little bit of a look extra on top just adds something to your image. And then to finalize everything, the end of our sandwich is our CST. And this is what most of my node trees look like right now in 2025. I'm not saying it is the right way of doing it. I'm not saying it is the wrong way of doing it. But if you copy and paste this onto, for example, this shot, and then all you have to do is go back to your curve, adjust a little bit of exposure through your curve, and there you have it. You can probably, you know, depending on the look that you want to have on this shot, let's say we want something like this. Here we go. 30 seconds, adjust it. Copy, paste. Oh, this is a beautiful one actually. I love this shot. Here we go. We adjust definitely some more contrast into the shot because it's very powerful. And here we can, for example, just quickly delete this and add a new one. And here what we can do is add a mask up here where the sun and the light is clearly coming out of it. And we can add something like this and a bit of warmth. And then all you gotta do is just track this back and forth, just so it sticks to where the sun is actually coming from. And look at this. This is before the mask and this is after. I also spelled it wrong, mask. That's before, that's after. Just adds that more like three-dimensional look. Now, let's just keep copy and pasting this look just to show you guys how beautiful this is coming out. All you gotta do is understanding how to transform and how to make your exposure looks good into your shots. And then this node will work perfectly with any shot. And that's it. This is my bulletproof node tree for 2025. Take what you want from it, but if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and drop a comment down below with a word that I said around the minute 4 for your chance to enter this giveaway and win a free DaVinci Resolve Studio license. With that said, thanks again for sticking around until here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.